Okay, 3, 2, 1. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And how are we doing today, boys and girls? That's a little too bright. Better? We'll see. All right, let's get things clicked on, start around, and we'll do our show. First thing we'll do is pop out the chat, select all, copy. Get that in there. Chat, scroll, properties, and paste. All right, chat is live. And oh, Eileen, good morning. How are we doing today? Let's fade over there. All right. All right, so let's copy that. Let's go over to the Book of Faces, Facebook. And we'll go to the Knightsmith. All right, post. And share. Share now. All right. So let's see how the day is. I'm doing well and great. I am doing fantastic. It's a great day. I woke up early. I was able to get a bunch of chores on. I was even able to get a shower in right before the show, and more or less start on time. So it's a great day. I'm going to be attempting to do a project that I've been neglecting for a while, mostly because I screwed up on it, and then once I screwed up, I was like, yeah, I'm done. But the person still wants it, so I'm gonna still have to finish that out. Let's fix this. That's a little bit better. All right. Yeah, but I'm doing fantastic. So how are you? Oh, the project, by the way, is this little work pouch. The idea being is there is a molded slot for each of the tools, and then like a slot for personal items, and then a pouch for all the stuff they need while working on the factory lines. I'm just doing. Yeah, I get that. So that's the thing, but I tried to do an all leather construction with this nice gusset that I built, and when I punched all the holes, somehow, some way, things got a little cattywampus, and so yeah, this whole thing just won't work. Though I tried, there's 4 different types of leather here, and I thought that would work out really well. Some thicker, some thinner. Like these front panels are like a medium thickness. These gussets are really light, so like if you bump into things, it'll be more likely to squish and mold around things. You got a nice heavy duty thing for the belts, and the other pockets here, and then I even have little thingamabobbers here. I thought this thing was going to be the bee's knees, and it wasn't. So what I am doing is I took some of this wax canvas that I have, because this should hold up actually really nice and still give an amazing squish. But since there's no holes that have to be punched right inside of it, this should also be a fantastic gusset for that whole thing. So I just took it and folded over the edges, and ironed them and sewed up the seams. So now we'll sew this gusset into place, and hopefully I can put this project to bed, because I am done with it. I'm actually done with it, but I'm done with it. I'm sure you've been there before on projects. So there's a little T. I might have to move again, which at this point, whatever, sucks, but landlords want to raise our rent again, I feel that completely. Wait, why? Yeah, they're raising our rent and they're trying to switch us to a month to month, but they're doing things like fixing the sink with duct tape. Now the stairs, instead of the fronts of the stairs, the fronts of the steps being like even, like they fixed the stairs again, and now they're like everything's all jogged and jagged because I actually fell through the stairs, and yeah. So their fix was a couple screws, and it didn't fix anything at all, really. So yeah, might be done with this place. So I'm building one more piece of furniture, and I had to heavily modify it because I'm not going to do the full construction if we're going to move. But I am still making the solid oak bed frame for upstairs for the king bed. But instead of having like the full wraparound and all the lights and all the fancy stuff, I am just having everything basically cut down to a more manageable project, just to get us up off the floor and start doing things. So good news is I wore the kilt for 3 days at the shop and yesterday. I have 2 potential commissions for a new one. Well, damn, yeah, right? It just sucks. Because for like $1,300 a month, this was a really decent apartment. Wasn't great. There's still a lot of things that were broken. Like outlets that are super loose that you don't want to use, that are really janky. Certain lights just don't function at all. Half-assed construction. The deck is falling apart, which is the main entrance, and the stairs fell apart, and my wife broke her leg on them. But still, everything was still mostly good. And then they raised it to $1,400 a month because utilities are rising. Well, I mean, they're making like $2,700 a month off this place currently, and they own it outright. So I'm done with this whole ordeal. Half-assed landlords, and they don't know what they're doing, and really not everybody should. Even if you could be a landlord, not everybody should be a landlord. Yeah, I'm getting a stress twitch on my eye. Will you guys buy a place? We'll try, and we'll try for probably for like a USDA loan, but I don't know how that will work. Or just go into a really small apartment to maximize savings so that we can then buy a place. I'm not sure what is going to happen on that front. So, yay. But I guess that's the advantage of not fully moving into a place, because, well, now it's, half the stuff or a quarter of the stuff is already packed, so a quarter of my job is already done because I'm the one who does all the moving. I do most of the packing, almost all of the moving, and about 50% of the unpacking. So a good chunk of my job is already done. I just need to find the place and proceed on, which it really, really sucks. But it's just part of life. Unfortunately, that will probably mean a disruption for my workflow and for my live streams. I'll try my best to make it to make that not the case, but life happens, and it's just one of those things that we're going to have to deal with, one way or the other, whether we end up staying or, you know, bite the bullet and leave. I would like to buy a place. But you know, you have so much that you have to do for a down payment and everything else that it's just not 100% feasible, you know? Yeah, so yeah. Anyways, on to projects. Because I'm going to be working with the fabric, I have two. Hello.
Hi. Could I borrow your phone to call your sister? I'm using my phone as bribery.
Yeah.
To get him to eat his lunch. Well, breakfast.
Get everything here for you. There.
Thank you. Oh, sis.
Yep.
I'm so used to seeing Brianna.
Yeah. Bring it back when you're done, please, because people send me pictures.
Oh, okay.
I have two large needles here. Hi, Michaela. I'll let her know you said hi. I have two large needles here that are kind of leather needles, but they are really sharp and pointy. So this should be perfect for going through, you know, bridging the gap basically. And I think these were actually mistakes, because I got them with the rest of my John James needles, but the eyes are slightly bigger than the rest of the John James needles. Instead of having a blunt point, they have sharp points, and these are the only two that I have found like this, which fantastic for doing like a dual material. And I love how having them sit on the magnet for so long kind of like pre-magnetizes them. Let's see if I can turn this up a little. Oh, that's down. Up a little bit more without getting washed out. Yeah. All right. So.
I forgot to ask her a question, so I just sent her a text with it too.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Eileen says hi.
Hi, Eileen. I miss you.
So I'll go back to using the 1mm Ritza Tiger thread. If you're going to do leather working, there's a bunch of different threads you can use, and depending on the look that you're going for, you know, you want to change up your thread. But for just general purpose and higher end stuff, I really love Ritza. Not a sponsor or anything, but I just really love their stuff. Yeah. It's super strong. It's comes pre-waxed. Like a lot of leather thread, you need to wax it. The problem is, the last time I used this, I was a bit of an idiot and didn't dog-ear the end. I think that was because I was in a rush. Oh, black on black is kind of hard to find the end. So the Blue Angels are in town, and we're probably going to go see them today. We are going to go see them. But the coolest thing, going to the shop on Friday, I think, they were taking off from the local airport, and just doing stuff just over, you know, the city, which was cool. But the coolest thing is, there was a jet that I saw off in the distance come screaming up, almost right to the highway, and then he went almost into a dead stop. Like, he was moving so slow through the air, I swear I could walk as fast as that jet was moving. It was the most wild thing I've ever seen. I've never seen a jet move so slow. It just blew my mind. Like, I've seen helicopters, like, you know, they'll come up and they'll stop and they'll kind of hover there for a little bit and then move off. But I've never seen a jet do that. I've never seen any sort of airplane do that, because it wasn't super windy out. So, like, you know, if you're going 100 miles an hour and there's a 100-mile headwind, to the ground, you are not moving at all. From the perspective of the ground, you're not moving. And I understand that. But this, it wasn't super windy or anything. And this guy came up and he almost came up almost to a standstill. It was, y'all, it was wild. So cool. I think they were F-22s that they're flying now. Last time I saw them, it was when I was much younger. I think 15 or 16. I think they were flying F-16s or F-18s at that point. Very, very cool. Yes, back to trying to find the end of this. So yeah, things are a little contentious right now. A little stressful. But with great stress comes great progress. Or something. Found it. Bugger's hiding on me. Alright, so I think I should sew the inside first, then the outside. But what I need to do is mark the center lines for everything. So the center line for this guy is super easy. It's folded in half, and because it's waxed canvas, just press it with your fingers and boom, you get a nice, easy to see center line. Even it's kind of hard to see on camera, but it turns out as a little white line on the inside. Now these guys, I thought I marked the center line, but I didn't. The best way to do that would be to and just kind of do a quick wrap. Just do that. Yep, that works on that side, and that works on that side. That is the center. Right there. Good. So the center mark on that, and then I can take that center mark and transfer it up just a little bit. There. Center and center. So what I'll do is I'll just go from the center, up, up, then we'll do the other side and go up and up. Be a little tight, but I think if I start from the center up, it should be easier. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know. Oh. always do 4 times the distance. It's going to take less because I'm not going through leather, I'm just going through fabric. But blah, 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 blah. Thread is cheap, sanity is not. Though I am starting to get really good with the Cricut. Not really good, but I am starting to understand it and the mechanics of it a little bit more, and it is, I think, is going to integrate into my workflow fantastically, which is awesome. Now, I need to find the the key to the ant trap I built last year, because yeah, we have ants, and I don't like ants. This one starts right at the center line, so we'll do that. And we'll go there. And let's see how this goes. I have to sew all this through the leather side. And I think as long as I go through this seam, it should hold fairly well, I think. I can't remember if I did the first half of this on camera or not. So, anyways, back to my original thought. Kilts. I don't think I'm ever going. I did start on it live. Ah, cool. I do so many things on here that I just don't even remember all of what I do. Kilts. So I did the kilt and I wore it at the shop for 3 days. And first off, oh my God, feels fantastic to wear a kilt. I don't think I'm ever going back to wearing shorts at the shop again. Or really on any job site that I go to. Maybe I'll wear pants in the winter. Maybe. But even then, I don't know if I will or not. Fantastic. The problem is, and there is a problem. I use the. Oh, there's a couple problems. First one is, I'm pretty sure I used the wrong fabric because. Well, the pleats just didn't hold up at all. Like not even close. It's in the washer now. I used cotton canvas. The problem with that is, I mean, yes, it's 100% cotton. It's what I wanted. It's super light, borderline see-through. And well, it just didn't hold the pleats, even though I took and sewed the edge of the pleats inside and out down. They just didn't hold up. Which, whatever. So what I'm going to do is switch over to using duck cloth. And duck cloth will definitely hold the pleats. You can see that black cloak, ow, behind me. I ironed the pleats in that guy 10 years ago, and they are still super crisp and sharp. So if I don't have to fight with the pleats anymore, and everything stays nice and sharp as I'm sewing it, it'll take significantly less time because I'm going to have to pin it less, and it'll just look, it'll have a nicer outcome. Second, I did the traditional 1-inch pleats. No, I did knife pleats just to make things easy because I tried doing box pleats with that fabric and it just wouldn't work. So I'm going to get the the duck cloth today, I'm going to try and do box pleats. So knife pleats just kind of go in like that serrated, like if you take a cross section of the kilt or of anything that have nice pleats, they kind of have a, like, they look like a serrated edge. Whereas box pleats kind of look like that. It's hard to illustrate without a piece of paper. Here's a piece of paper. So, knife pleats. Look like that in cross section. Box pleats, however, they come over, go back, they look kind of like that. So, knife pleats, box pleats. So I think what I'm going to do, since the duck cloth is more durable, it'll take it'll take the pleating better, and keep that nice crisp edge. I think I'll be able to manipulate it a little bit easier, a little bit faster, and since it'll hold its shape a lot easier, I'll be able to do the box pleats. And I think what I'll do, instead of doing 1-inch pleats, I'll probably do 2.5-inch pleats. So they'll be a lot more chonky. She's having a hard time out there with him. He's been giving us a hard time really bad the last couple of days. I'm not sure why, but he's really giving us the piss. So let's have a cookie while we're in here. We're halfway through the morning. That being said, even though I consider my first kilt as a partial failure, people loved it, and I've already have 2 potential commissions for it. So like I said, I'm going to change the fabric, I'm going to change the pleating style, and as much as I love my sporting that my buddy Adam got me, it's nice, it's very high quality, and I'm definitely going to end up copying the better aspects of it. I need pockets, because I'm not going to wear that nut slapper while I'm walking around in the shop with my phone and my vape and the extra juice and my wallet, and my rings and my key. No. That's great for when you're walking around at a fair or festival and you can have everything right there. But for like daily use and stuff, I need pockets. So that is one big thing we're going to change. I'm going to switch. I'm going to make 2 side pockets. I'm not going to have a back pocket, I don't think, but I definitely need 2 hip pockets. And I'll just integrate those right into the pleats so they're hidden. But yeah, I definitely need pockets, and I need to learn how to sew with pockets. I have an idea on how to do it. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but I still need to go through the motions and do the thing. And that's actually where the Cricut comes in. Not for cutting the pockets or anything, but on the bottom, on that, you know how like a kilt has all the pleating in the back, and it has big front panels that are just there. In the bottom corner of the front panel, I'm putting my my maker's mark. And this, I got some silver because I'm doing all black kilts right now. I'm sure I can do any pattern, but I got this iron-on, this matte silver. Is it matte? Yeah, it's matte silver. And well, you saw the pictures. It turned out fantastic. Little difficult to work with because my iron doesn't tell me what temperature settings I have. It just tells me, you know, high performance fabrics, mixed poly, and cotton or linen. And I've looked on a bunch of different websites and stuff, and it's not telling me the information I need. But that's okay. And at this point in time, because of potentially having to move as well as a few other factors, I cannot afford to get a Cricut press thing. I'd like one. I just can't afford it, and I can't justify it. So yeah, it's just small things like that that are a little bit of a setback, but not a big one, just because like I said, it's not that big a deal. I just need to learn the settings. It's just they don't tell you what the settings are ahead of time. But I think if I implement those changes on the next kilt, I think it'll be a fabulous success. So, what projects are you working on this week, Eileen? Anything to write home about, or are you just kind of a little blasé still? corner on that. Cinch up on that really good. Now we're getting to the harder part because I'm going through 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of leather and then through that full finished seam. So cinch these guys down. So many messages. Okay. Come on. Find the hole. These flat jeweling pliers, whenever you're doing some crazy thick stitching or whatever, or these holes are slightly, just ever so slightly mismatched for whatever reason, because you can see it's not going through straight. So somewhere in here things have shifted, which, I mean, it's been so long since I started this. It's my fault that these holes shifted. Case in point. Not case in point, but at the end of the day. Eileen, nope. I'm headed to PA for my cousin's graduation, so no new projects, nothing on the books. I want to work on a cookbook of all my Grams recipes. That's awesome. I mean, not all. doing cookbooks and stuff like that, some people don't appreciate everything that goes into cookbooks, especially if they don't like to cook or bake themselves, which is a shame, because personally I see cooking and baking as one of the best acts of love. And the fact that it can be something that's able to be passed down from one generation to the next, I think, is a beautiful thing. One thing I want to start doing is with my laser is offering to put people's relatives' recipes on cutting boards for like presents and stuff like that. Even though it's not the case, usually people associate one recipe with one person. But I think that's a lovely idea. I know I'm one of those weirdos who love getting cookbooks and recipes and stuff off people. Come on. And I have to do that corner seam, which is going to be a real pain in the butt. Is that the last one? Yes. All right. Send this guy back to the back. There we go. The problem with using these sharp needles is, and it is a problem, is they can very easily just pierce the leather itself. Which, if you didn't already have pre-punched holes and you're using thin leather, that might be a good thing. All right, look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, I think that'll work nice. Nice wide pocket there, or nice wide gusset for the front pocket. Once that's put it in there, I think that'll be great. I think they're really going to love this. All right, that's really nice and secure there. Doing that hard transition at the bottom was a bit of a pain in the butt, but whatever. All right, 1/4 of the way done with it. Done with the sewing portion. Now, here's a question for you. Should I art up the front of this at all? I kind of think I should. Like, when I'm getting ready to sew on this other half here, I think I should design something really quick in just in or get some interesting images offline, and then just throw this in the laser, have it just do a quick light burn across the whole front of it, like a very light burn, so you can't see it unless you're like actually looking at it, because this is just a big black panel, and it is begging me to do something for it. You know? Just, I mean, look at all that real estate that could be art. And now that I have the laser and all this stuff, I really need to start incorporating those sorts of things into my general workflow. One thing else, I need to figure out how to make stickers with the Cricut. And I'm sure there's enough tutorials and stuff online for that sort of thing, but I don't know. What are your thoughts? Now that would be gorgeous. There's a lot of things in here that I can do, I think, fairly easily. Especially grabbing these nice, bold black and white images. I can just take them, crop them off, throw them into the thing, and then just really easily, quickly do up some art on something. Although I need to start learning how to do all this artwork myself. Or start paying someone to do it. So many different possibilities, though, and they're all equally fantastic. Okay, guys, well, this is the hour. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Thank you for helping make this world better, one kerf at a time, and I'll see you all later.